If we mapped the world's cuisines, there'd be no hard borders. In Chinese restaurants abroad, people from all over the world come and go, their voices still carrying the sounds of home. Every grain of rice, every pinch of salt has a story to tell. Every noodle, every spoonful of soup carries with it an emotion that is unspoken. Scattered across the far corners of the earth, these restaurants are both an extension of home and a meeting point of cultures. They make us wonder, where do we really come from?
朋友们，我今天有个重要决定，去法国集市摆摊会看到这样的。我给咱们的功夫刀削面搞了一个全法国独一无二的广告。我跟法国给我丈母娘买辆餐车，结果差点给我自己找了个工作。
It's a tale of culinary creativity and unexpected success. Rolling through the streets of Paris, this food truck has built a loyal following on social media. Flip open the window and voila, it turns into a noodle stall.
咱这位置挺好，这个位置还行。
Guo and his mother-in-law have dazzled French foodies with their knife-cut noodles.
面马上好啊，马上来了啊 ！No，
吃了啊！
实在你我有好多医生噻，这是关煮熟了你才能吃，无所谓是吧？生的也可以吃，耶。
It was 2 years ago that they stumbled into the business. It was entirely by chance. The last thing they ever expected was to go viral. Today, at this international food market in central Paris, theirs is the only Chinese food truck invited.
刀削面，刀削面，你看学会了吧？我是那种需要预约式的网红。
4 years ago, Guo's mother-in-law, a seasoned chef, came to France to reunite with her daughter's family. And so it was that an unexpected journey began.
正宗的山西刀削面，结果一下子就给我出了圈。今天是出摊的第一天，这就是一个中国风的背景墙。如果我也搞一个餐车来，我丈母娘也不用再风吹日晒了。花费4个月打造的刀削面餐车啊，今天终于上街了。
丈母娘，好吃，好吃。 来巴黎吃正宗的山西大铜刀砍面。
As their mobile noodle stall gained popularity, Guo seized the moment and opened a Chinese restaurant in the French capital. The eatery retained the food truck's signature colors and design. Boosted by social media, customers soon came pouring in.
因为你开了饭店之后，你就算是正式进到餐饮圈了。你客人进门，你这个迎风是什么样？第一反应就已经认知就有了。
But the sharp-eyed Sun has long seen why the curious first-timers turned into loyal regulars.
机会给那些有准备的人，可是你没准备，你真接不了机会，是吧？
The Seine Basin, where Paris lies, is one of Europe's major wheat-growing regions. Here, handmade Chinese noodles have proven a big hit.
你像这种拉面这种，比如说稍微有一点这种制作技艺的这种东西，这边的人不能说是欣赏了，他是尊重。
In a city full of culinary masters, what's Guo and Sun's secret to success? After some experiments, they settled on T45 flour, typically used for pastries. It's less elastic than China's high-gluten flour, but far more refined in texture. After 3 rounds of kneading and proving, and just a touch of Chinese kung fu, the dough gradually embraced the resilience of the East. Sun hails from Datong in Shanxi province, the birthplace of knife-cut noodles. She spent decades slicing noodles in a railway cafeteria, once dishing out over 400 bowls in a single shift. With one fluid motion, the blade glides through the dough, turning it into delicate strands. Each cut is able to carry the deep flavor of the broth they're made to hold. Crafted through decades of skill and care, this bowl of noodles adds a rare depth of flavor to the streets of Paris. The fourth branch, set beside the famed Galerie Lafayette, has taken knife-cut noodles into the heart of Parisian fashion, along with a new set of challenges.
吃好了，吃好了，好了，好了，再过来啊！哎，慢走，慢走，大白。
Can the fashion-conscious crowd here embrace bold, oily flavors?
做中餐的朋友，大部分人都说，你不能太固执。尤其像我们饭店周围，他们本来就是中午就是吃低脂餐的啊，油乎乎的、晃晃悠悠的一碗面，人不买账怎么办？
让我怎么改？我说你要让我把它改成法国口味，咸的改成甜的，我说那是什么玩意儿？不累是吧？
The magic ratio is 1/3 noodles to 2/3 sauce, with the minced pork topping as the undisputed star.
你好，老板娘。好，你好。哎，我订了5扇那个猪肉。
哎，这个肉还可以。
可以。
嗯，很新鲜。谢谢你啊，
谢谢你，再见。
好了，走了，老板娘。
过去吃面哈。
French pork has a gamey taste, so the pair went for pricier Belgian cuts instead. To bring back the flavor of home, they added a generous splash of hard-to-find Shanxi aged vinegar.
加醋是为了去腥增香，大拇指卡在这儿，夹在这儿就差不多了。
The rich, seasoned oil used to stir-fry the minced pork is key to its signature aroma. Cinnamon, star anise, and Sichuan pepper release their fragrance into rapeseed oil, enriched with a hint of chicken fat. Sun has another secret weapon, mamahua, or dried wild onion flowers, cherished in her hometown of Datong, which some liken to French truffles in terms of rarity. Sizzled in a hot wok, their fragrance seeps into the oil. With this magic blossom, Sun's cooking captures the true taste of home.
再好吃的东西，你也不可能满足大众。说10个人有2个人爱吃你的东西，你就可以。
我妈就给我们讲一个道理，咱们做的不是一个创新的东西，几十上百年的东西了，它有优化的空间，早就已经改革优化了。招牌的东西做稳了，一直有老客人来吃，那是你厉害。
With Sun's culinary skill and Guo's steady hand in business, this Chinese family has carved out a place for themselves in one of the world's food capitals. Once a viral sensation, their traditional craft of noodle making is now quietly upheld with care and dedication. Half a world away, in San Francisco, Chinese restaurants have long taken root. But how have they been able to fit in with losing touch with their roots? For every generation, it's a question that never goes away.
0年過，我上海人嘛，來到美國以後呢，我現在我上海人弄的來是，結果呢，一個禮拜，連個問個人也冇。
San Francisco's Chinatown spans a full kilometer, 16 blocks, and has more than 100,000 residents. It was once the gateway to American life for generations of Chinese immigrants. By the time Peter Feng arrived, Chinese cuisine had already weathered over a century of change.
我拆2箱到3箱啦，價錢係咁噶啦，我同你攞啊，攞埋咗。廣東人攞嘅嗰個移民啊，你哋得。我來到以後來到Chinatown，主要嘅菜館就是廣東人嘅菜館啊，做自家嘅菜 把它自家动向啊啥不吃了，根本哪能办法呢？那就稍微要改一改。
Adaptation brought opportunity. Dishes that appealed to Western diners often became something new. Fast stir-fries, thick sauces, bold sweet and sour flavors. Convenient and crowd-pleasing, they quickly carved out a place in America's fast food culture.
Chinese American food，来了美国人的心目当中呢，侬能够吸引到阿拉个胃口，侬已经发展了嘛。但是呢，我发现呢，我有后头味道，我的心没变，我的初心没变。
Staying true to his Shanghainese roots, Peter had to find his own way to adapt.
Where are you from? Everywhere. Amsterdam. Amsterdam. Okay. Have you been here before?
First time. Hot and sour soup, also with tofu.
Okay. 準備啲雲吞嘅餡啊，即係嗰啲包啲嗰啲雲吞啊。
哦，知道啦。
The Shanghai-style wontons became Peter's signature dish. Though wildly popular back in China, they initially struggled to win over local palates.
甚至於或者住喺附近嘅人嘅廣東人唔欣賞。
In those early days, Peter tried every possible variation of his Shanghai wonton, but none found favor. Many locals were wary of Chinese dishes with hidden fillings, especially soupy ones.
但是我唔放棄啊，我還是要試。咁啊，我就用個青豆啊，一開始變啦。
His breakthrough began with the filling. Local favorite green peas met fresh zucchini, giving these migrant wontons a whole new identity. Peter mastered the balance of heat and timing, allowing the peas' sweetness and the zucchini's crunch to shine. Beneath it, a layer of sweet and sour eggplant offered comforting familiarity, turning this unconventional dry wonton into his golden key to culinary success.
一口咬進去，哇，好新鮮嘅喎！呢隻係共同點嘛，大家成歡喜新鮮嘅、juicy 嘅。
Peter has long walked a fine line between adapting to foreign tastes and staying true to hometown flavors. But for his daughter, that tension doesn't exist. Kathy Fan, born and raised in the United States, inherited her father's culinary talent. Trained in Western cuisine, she dreamed of opening her own Western restaurant, an ambition that didn't meet with her father's approval.
我爸爸現在平常老少去吃西餐。
He did support Kathy in opening a branch of the family restaurant outside Chinatown, in a nearby business district. If Chinatown's flavors resemble a museum preserving culinary tradition, the Bay Area is a global arena of culinary competition. True to her roots, Kathy inherited her father's pioneering spirit, taking his creativity even further. Squirrel-shaped, sweet and sour flatfish. Peters set out to recreate a Suzhou classic, but with a twist. He uses local halibut and adds tomato sauce to bring out a fruity, sweet and sour flavor that suits American tastes.
就好像是你平常吃那个胡辣肉啊，不是上海人的糖醋排骨那种sauce，所以有惊喜，但是不够。
Kathy took it a step further, blending fresh curry leaves and spices into a rich, fragrant sauce. What may seem like a bold departure is, for her, a journey back to the savory essence of Chinese cuisine.
我一直是要想辦法去改革。
She doesn't mind her dishes being called New American Chinese, but her father does.
我一方面嘴巴里是一直在讲注重，我心里想的是永远是蛮怕的。 我让朋友走得太远，晓得吧？
The two generations behind these family-run restaurants may differ in style, but consensus is always reached by the bond of family.
小时候我就是从来没有去游乐场，他就带我去菜场。
Over time, Chinese cuisine has moved beyond pandering to foreign tastes. Today, it's leading Western diners towards new flavors. Among them is xian, a fresh, savory taste that represents the pinnacle of Chinese cooking.
今日嚟燒湯，當然是。像我長大辰光冇咁問題，阿拉假使講假使不以前冇辦法用英文嚟解釋。
Here, portobello mushrooms are often praised as vegetarian steaks. Western kitchens tend to sear them at high heat. Kathy, however, draws out their natural richness through a gentle, low-temperature oil infusion. Peter, meanwhile, uses a pot of master stock with deep flavors to express the heart of Chinese cooking. After a night of soaking, flour and winter mushrooms slowly unfurl in the bubbling broth.
这煲汤倒上去，再放上薏米，应该它是南中国风，所以搿只菜呢还是以湘菜的原味下去好。
30 minutes of simmering draws out guanylate and glutamate, two natural compounds behind the savory depth of flavor.
中國人也老歡喜，外國人也歡喜。
With tender Chinese barley added to the mix, the dish becomes a meeting point between two culinary maestros. To Kathy, it is a burst of savory joy, a true flavor celebration. To Peter, it brings the soft, familiar warmth of Chinese tea. If Chinatowns are where Chinese cuisine is tested, then on Peru's sun-drenched coast, at the edge of the Andes, a new land has given rise to flavors both familiar and new. In Lima, Peru's capital, Chinese restaurants now outnumber local ones. Shefa, from the Cantonese sikfan, meaning to have a meal, appears across storefronts citywide. It shows just how popular Chinese food is and how deeply it's shaped Peruvian cuisine. Fried rice, chow mein, chuho chicken and wontons. These home-style Chinese dishes have even appeared on Peruvian postage stamps, recognized as part of the country's culinary heritage. Peru is known as the global birthplace of the potato. But how did this South American potato-loving nation come to develop a strong appetite for Chinese cuisine? Jose is a third-generation Cantonese immigrant. Over a century ago, migrants from South China's Guangdong settled in Peru. Today, 1 in 10 Peruvians has Chinese ancestry. Jose's grandfather was among those who introduced high-yield rice varieties from China and helped improve local farming practices. Jose has inherited both his family's fields and their agricultural wisdom. Pacasmayo lies on Peru's northwest coast, where annual rainfall barely reaches 20 millimeters. Early Chinese settlers found a solution in the misty fogs brought by the Peru current, channeling moisture to irrigate their crops. This parched land, once jokingly called too remote even for the thunder god, now thrives as Peru's top rice-growing region, thanks to generations of Chinese ingenuity and perseverance. Luis hails from a rice-growing village in northwestern Peru, but he's lived in Lima for over a decade now.
Luis.
He trained under a Cantonese chef and mastered the art of stir-frying, a skill that has earned him head chef status. Though his chef-fa is led by a local Peruvian, its Chinese wok dishes are executed with a remarkable degree of flair and precision. At peak hours, flames flare, rice sails through the air, and dishes are ready within seconds. Luis moves with practiced ease, revealing the system behind Chinese cuisine's rapid pace.
El chapa que realizamos se debe hacer paso a paso. Ha sido previamente pesado y sazonado de manera que cada uno tenga el mismo estándar.
The rice is portioned the night before, and every ingredient is precisely weighed. This is a vivid example of Luis's quiet devotion to the art of Chinese cooking. Each splash of oil reaches just the right temperature. Every flick of the wok is timed with care. Chicken cubes dance in the pan for exactly 1 minute, and eggs flip in just 4 seconds. For thousands of years, Chinese stir-frying has hinged on a delicate harmony between heat and ingredients. Each grain of rice is bathed in fragrant oil, infused with flavor, and the result is a dish full of flavor and finesse.
Me gustaría agradecer todas las habilidades de la comida china que he podido aprender, ya que estas me han permitido crecer en mi trabajo, vivir en Lima y ser un soporte para mi familia.
Peru is now one of South America's unique rice-growing regions. With the full integration of Chinese ingredients and cooking methods, Chinese cuisine has ceased to be something exotic and become a much-loved aspect of daily life. The essence of Chinese cuisine lies in orchestrating diverse flavors into a harmonious whole. Yet abroad, cultural differences often make it seem like a complex and mysterious craft. For many in the UK, Qinghe Huang is a familiar face on television. Since 2005, she has been a regular presence on various TV channels, hosting a range of Chinese cookery shows, each marked by her signature style: simple, fast, and doable in minutes.
Maybe in some way I helped someone make the Chinese food experience easier.
Ladies and gentlemen!
This year, Farnham's annual Food and Drink Festival, an event with roots stretching back to the Middle Ages, features Chinese cuisine for the first time, with Huang as the guest of honor.
If you don't know, who here watches a lot of cooking television shows, kind of thing? Everything.
Everyone,
Yeah,
fan of Saturday Kitchen?
Today, she's demonstrating how to make Chinese beef chow mein.
I've got literally all the ingredients and everything.
Have you
prepped.
robbed a supermarket?
I did a whole shop, right, just for you guys.
Though food festivals often draw more hungry diners than aspiring cooks, Huang hopes she can inspire everyone to tackle her recipes at home.
Actually something to do like on the weekend or even a midweek supper if you've got the time. We're going to add in the beef. Let that sear on one side. Resist the temptation to move it. We're going to add in some garlic or ginger.
British sirloin paired with Chinese alkaline noodles, all brought together with a savory oyster sauce.
It's Chinese.
This unique combination of flavors once made chow mein the most popular Chinese takeaway dish in the UK.
Do you think they'll invite me back next year?
I don't think there's any doubt.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
本地的菜食材其实是很简单，所以教他们嘛， 一定要简单。第一次如果麻烦的话，第二次你forget about it。
The British have long had a taste for Chinese food. In the 1950s, only a few dozen Chinese chefs worked across the UK. By the 1970s, that number had surged by several hundredfold. When Qing He Huang moved to Britain with her parents in the 1990s, Chinese cuisine was already a familiar part of British daily life.
你从外面看这些餐馆的窗户，你就知道说外国人特别感兴趣什么。
While some Chinese dishes gained huge popularity, their complex techniques often seemed too daunting for many British home cooks.
Hello， 来，我有带一些礼物给你们。这个酒陈皮的味道，可以用这个来代替绍兴酒。还是有技巧。然后麻辣是这20年来更感兴趣，鱼生现在都可以。 我跟你们学才对的。
Actually, people they love these Chinese flavor combinations.
Among Huang's many recipes, one dish stands out as the family-style centerpiece she feels most confident about. A whole chicken is blanched, then gently simmered. A spoonful of peanut butter is used instead of sesame paste, giving the cold noodles a subtler, milder flavor. But the soul of the dish is Sichuan chili oil. Its sweet, sour, numbing depth reflects Huang's nuanced grasp of the British palate. British plating, Chinese seasoning, elegance and warmth woven into the fabric of a shared meal.
I just hope people love it and to share. That's what home cooking food is about.
So today I've got a special menu for you guys.
Through nearly 20 years of devotion, Huang has helped infuse the aroma of Chinese cuisine into British homes.
Oh my goodness, no pressure. Keep stirring. Cook like a rice soup like this at home, congee.
By simplifying recipes, Huang has created a more approachable kind of fusion. Her Chinese dishes may not follow tradition to the letter, but they gently remind us, wherever we are, home lies at the heart of every food memory. In Southeast Asia, a unique cuisine emerged from home kitchens. Rich with the aroma of tropical spices, it developed a flavor all of its own.
通常我们都是内转不外转了。
Mysterious as it may seem, its cooking style and flavors still echo the roots of Chinese cuisine. This is Nyonya cuisine.
婆婆啊，家里以前做下来，我就跟着他们做。
Chinese cuisine, carried far from home, tells a story of longing on distant shores. The Nyonyas, descendants of Chinese immigrants and local Malay women, inherited the flavors of their ancestors. But how did they carry the essence of Chinese cuisine into Southeast Asian dishes? Amy, now 81, is a fourth-generation Nyonya.
I'm born in Sriman, all along in Malacca. Okay, so I'm a Nyonya Hokkien. A little bit putuba. Okay, my chili curry. Semalam, semua tak tertawa, maranti eh. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Thank you.
The soul of Nyonya cuisine rises from sambal belacan, a fragrant chili paste. Fiery chilies, mellow garlic, and sweet shallots blend with secret spices passed down through the generations. And once the heat of the wok is applied to them, a truly magical transformation takes place. In every Nyonya kitchen, recipes are handed down the generations. When hot oil hits the pan, the aroma rises, and with it, the taste of home returns.
Fry slowly until the thing crispy. So at least we fry about 3 hours.
After 3 hours, the oil has drawn out the heart of every spice. Their fragrance, rich and warm, is ready to meet the finest offerings of land and sea. The Nyonya dishes before us feel both familiar and foreign. How much of China's culinary wisdom and aesthetic do they still carry? Paul, a Malaysian Chinese, grew up steeped in the Nyonya culture of Malacca. At his restaurant, he brings the Chinese roots of Nyonya cuisine into focus.
我在潮汕里面看过的有咸菜鱼汤，还有咸菜鸡汤，娘惹的咸菜鸭汤是潮州菜的一个延伸品。金杯呢，它加入了豆腐，给予金杯的内馅有一个很中式的存在。其实娘惹菜和中餐的一个渊源比较深。 先辈把味蕾记忆已经变化融入在娘惹的文化里面。我希望找到一个主角，这个是最重要的。
On the world's spice map, Southeast Asia stands out. Indonesia most of all. Paul has come in search of one of Nyonya cuisine's most elusive ingredients, the black nut or pangyum nut. Native to Indonesia, these nuts come from the pangyum tree and resemble small clamshells.
3到5个月就落在地上，一般都会在土壤上面找，要视乎它的这个果壳有没有裂缝，好像这些有裂缝，如果水一渗透到里面的话，它就不能变成黑果了，它就是一个坏的果。
Highly toxic when raw, the nuts fall from the tree and are buried underground for over 40 days, allowing their pale flesh to ferment and turn black. Even then, they remain poisonous until carefully detoxified by skilled local hands using traditional methods.
那么正常做法，如果把它焯水焯了4到6个小时，然后再埋在这个火山灰里面40天之久呢，发酵的过程和中餐贴得很近的。 就好像中餐里面的豆瓣酱，它就会有一个很香醇的酒香味、酱香味。然后你轻轻搓一搓，它的油面就出来了。这个油脂现在闻在鼻腔里面是一股淡淡的酱香，美味的酱香。
A hint of sauce and wine, this fermented aroma once brought early Chinese migrants the familiar taste of vinegar from home. Passed down through generations, the black nut has become a defining element of Nyonya cuisine. To Chef Malcolm Lee, the solitary black nut tree in Singapore's botanic gardens is more than a source of flavor. It's a living witness to time, helping Nyonya cuisine renew itself through the act of remembrance.
Let's say before I pass away， 所以如果我可以吃到黑果，我就很开心了。That's how much I love it.
Singapore, a true melting pot of Asia's finest cuisines.
新加坡产生一个 collection， 这些不同的菜才叫做新加坡的 cuisine。
In this immigrant nation, ethnic Chinese make up over 70% of the population.
中国的 culture 跟味道是怎么样变成洋人的那种风味？这几年一直在想那个 knowledge。
For more than a decade, Lee has led restaurants that reimagine Nyonya cuisine, winning the hearts of younger diners and earning multiple international awards.
洋人的菜太传统，也是没有太多人会喜欢。我们的洋人餐厅应该要 cool enough。
The black nut lies at the heart of his menu. Lee even named one of his restaurants Pangyum, after the tree it comes from.
妈妈是娘惹，我的婆婆也是娘惹，我就是从小到大就是吃他们煮的菜，回到家就是闻到那些味道，就有这种memory.
Today in the kitchen, Lee and his mother are recreating a beloved Nyonya classic, braised chicken in black nut gravy. Traditionally, the whole black nut is stewed in sambal, its shell's slight bitterness mellowed by layers of spice, yielding a rich red gravy that often takes center stage at Nyonya feasts. Breaking with tradition, Lee discards the shell, using only the nut's velvety core to capture its purest flavor.
什么是传统的？怎么找那个 balance？
He selects well-marbled Spanish Iberico pork collar and pairs it with a refined black nut sauce for greater depth of flavor. After an hour, the aroma of fermented beans, savory rice, earthy mushrooms, and glistening pork fat melds into perfect harmony. These food memories are a testament to Chinese culinary wisdom, like the roots of Nyonya cuisine, stretching deep into cultural soil and flowering over time.
我们真的要去到中国，看到不一样的 region， 我们才会有更深的了解，为什么我们的娘惹会有这些菜。娘惹餐吃的时候有一种人情味，跟娘惹的家庭是很一样、很相似的一个 feeling。我的爷爷是从中国来的，我们就是要了解我们的元素是什么。
Across mountains and seas, generations of overseas Chinese have carried their memories through taste. Through cooking, they've woven stories of home into new lands. Ancient culinary wisdom, like an invisible thread, binds roots to branches, past to future, stitched into the fabric of family legacy. In Paris, Michelin-starred chef Adeline Gratad gives Chinese cuisine a new voice on the global stage. Blending French precision with Chinese depth of flavor, she brings two culinary worlds together. All thanks to the heat of a humble wok and a deep respect for the East.
L'aubergine sautée au wok à la sichuanaise, c'est clairement un souvenir de voyage et un amour pour le poivre du Sichuan.
Bouillabaisse, a French classic, was born from a hearty stew of Mediterranean fish.
Et j'étais assez contente du résultat. Il y a ce gros bouillonnement classique français. Ça met beaucoup de temps à démarrer. Là, le wok, en 5 minutes. après fait ça, et c'est là, ça bouillonne, ça boule. Pour moi, c'est franco-chinois. C'est un mélange de deux cultures. Mélanger, c'est pas fusion.
Just steps from the restaurant, a tea boutique stands as a symbol of their cross-cultural bond. It's run by her husband, Chan Chi-Hua, who still lives by the rhythms of Chinese tradition. 15 years ago, Adeline joined him in Hong Kong and traveled across the Chinese mainland, where she discovered the depth and artistry of Chinese cuisine. Chi-Hua, a tea lover, pairs each dish with a Chinese tea. It's why their restaurant is called Yum Cha, which means drink tea in Cantonese.
最重要是它的配料是什么东西，把这个味道带出来的，就是用茶来配合这个。
While Western cuisine is typically paired with wine, here tea brings a whole new spirit to the meal.
中国的文化空间比较大，有一种距离，但是也有一种亲近的这个感觉。
The influence of Chinese cooking culture isn't just found in the dishes themselves, but also in the whole philosophy behind it. Yum Cha has no set menu. Each day, they follow nature's rhythm, cooking only with what's fresh and in season. Techniques are improvised, and creativity flows freely. Tonight, a large table has been reserved. Now, the small kitchen must rise to the challenge of preparing a banquet-sized feast.
Clients vont arriver à 19h30. Je peux mettre que des tasses, hein, aussi. OK, quatrième classe, c'est le foie gras.
Tonight, the centerpiece is foie gras. Adeline makes creative use of a bun steamer, giving the rich liver a refined and unexpected character.
Je commence classiquement cuit à la poêle et après je finis à la vapeur. Parce qu'un jour j'étais complètement en panique là-bas dans mon petit restaurant et j'étais toute seule et j'ai dit tant pis c'est bon, je le mets à la vapeur comme ça. Et le résultat était magnifique et c'est pour ça que j'ai continué à faire ça.
The soul of French cuisine lies in the magic of sauce. Adeline's innovation is a revelation.
Shanghai, de manger des raviolis de crabe, des xiaolongbao et bu ce vin à côté, chaud et coubu, on a beaucoup mangé. On n'a pas ce produit, on n'a pas ça ici. Et j'ai essayé de créer sauce.
A Shaoxing yellow wine replaces French vin jaune. Ginger adds brightness to the aroma. Cream and butter blend into the smooth texture of the cornmeal.
Pour l'instant, je vais lier à la maïzena.
A touch of soy sauce adds depth and brightness to the flavor, bringing the Franco-Chinese Shaoxing white cream sauce to life. Adeline also reimagines the black vinegar glaze with a Chinese twist.
Vinaigre chang-chang, j'ai réduit pendant longtemps, 2 heures avec de la cannelle et des épices et du sucre de canne chinois. Et ça donne ça. Et je mets toujours quelques gouttes avec le foie gras, j'aime bien ça. Ça pète un peu.
Paired with 2 sauces, the foie gras takes on a surprising hint of crab roe. As evening falls over Paris, diners in Adeline's restaurant eagerly await her East meets West creations. Family ingredients, uncharted flavors, all sprung from her memories of China. Before each service, Adeline proudly reminds them that she owes her unique flavors to China.
This is the last meal. This is the foie gras. This is the foie gras that is pan fry and after steam, and served with a set mushroom and a Shaoxing wine rice sauce. Il y a les trois trucs derrière, hein?
Culinary artistry goes beyond taste. It is nothing less than a dialogue between cultures.
Et j'ai eu beaucoup de chance de rencontrer Chinois dans ma vie, d'avoir ce couple. Dans l'énergie de cuisiner, je trouve beaucoup d'inspiration sur les choses que j'ai vécues avec la cuisine chinoise. On prend Sichuan, moi je veux Sichuan, et je veux beurre pimenté très fort, tofu, légumes, champignons.
C'est bien recette, tu l'as fait?
Oui, j'ai pris fancy.
Adeline and Chiwa's story is one of love and contrast. Two cultures united through food. Their dishes blend east and west as Chinese cuisine continues its journey of creativity. As an old Chinese saying goes, the beauty of a soup lies in creating harmony between diverse ingredients. On Chinese New Year's Eve, kitchens in distant lands fill with the scent of home. A reunion dinner becomes a heartfelt tradition, offering a warmth across continents. Now officially inscribed on UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage List, the Spring Festival sends sparks of celebrations across the globe, infusing Chinese wisdom into the world's shared memory.